Think for myself and I won't do what they say. Well, I think for myself and I won't do what they say.
Hello, hello, this is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, January 20th, 2022. 2022. Oh, you know what that means?
That is bullshit.
Yeah, it's always bullshit. I used to think the world was screwed up before. Madonna me, who would ever thought it would decline into this bullshit? And again, man, I'm glad I grew up at a time of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and now it's, woo, tighter than tight, and not tight the way I like it. Anyway, it's a freak show. It's a freak show in front of everybody's eyes. Who's your favorite freak? I like Biden. I like Clinton. I like Trump. Boris Johnson, he's for me. Little cuts on Macron. How about a little arrogant piece of
Bullshit.
Justin Trudeau? No. You got Danny Andrews over there. Danny Andrews, a little piece of shit down in Australia. Look at him, clown. One after another. It's a fucking freak show in front of our faces. And talking about freak shows, the markets today. Oh yeah, happy days are here again. We're going on 3 weeks in a row of diving Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500. NASDAQ now is in correction territory. It's down 10% from its high. And why? On fear that the drug dealers, not the drug dealers, the money drug dealers, the money junkies may raise interest rates and make it harder for the drug addicts, the money drug addicts, to borrow money. That's the end of the story and the beginning of it. NASDAQ Composite gave back 2.1% gain and fell 1.2% on Thursday, today. And again, it's dove into correction territory. It's down 10% from its November high. And the Dow Jones Industrial, it was up 400 points. From 400 points, it fell and closed down at 320. It is like all in the last hour and a half or so. The S&P was up 1.53%, closed down 1.1%. And again, it's about the Fed-type money policy. Now, again, you can't forecast this because we're dealing with arrogant criminals of the first degree. The banksters. Oh, I'm not saying that. There was a person by the name of Jesus Christ who drove the money changers out of the temple with a whip. The money changers. Yeah, when it was Jamie Dimon's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy. J.P. Morgan Chase, the Goldman Sachs gang. It's a criminal group. So here's the deal. This thing starts going down real hard and real fast as it keeps going now. They're not going to raise rates that much. Because the crash is happening before they're even putting rates up. And even if interest rates go up 50, 75 basis points, when you have inflation at 7%, you have negative interest rates. They haven't even raised them yet, and this thing is going down. The implications are going to be far and wide. Again, look at your trends journal. We have forecast this right on the money. Happy days are here again? No. You're vaxxed or not, it's going down. And again, the numbers are here. You know, with these rate hikes coming, you got the bubble of all bubbles. The bubble of all bubbles. This will be worse than the crash of 1929. Because they didn't artificially prop it up like they're doing now. And they have done. With trillions and trillions of dollars of artificial dough. Again, what is the U.S. debt is what, $30 trillion? The Fed debt over $7 trillion? Trillion! And then the unemployment. Job claims for the week ending January 15th, 286,000 for the week. The highest level since last October. The street estimated it would be 225,000. Last week was 231,000. They expected around 199,000, 200,000. The numbers are way off. So we're looking at the job claims are going up as the economy is going down. Again, for the week, the Dow is down 1.2%, NASDAQ 1.4%, and, the S&P 1.4%, and NASDAQ down almost 2%. Sales of previously occupied homes fell in December for the first time in 4 months. They say it's a lack of supply. Existing home sales dropped 4.6%. You ready for this? Median prices in the last year jumped 16%. The median price of a home in the United States, $358,000. And you're working at Amazon, UPS, Costco, Walmart, Target, Dollar General, Starbucks, Home Depot, one after another. Name the bigs. You're making shit. You're making shit. And that's what they're doing. They're shitting on us. The bigs have taken over everything. Merger and acquisition activity last year was at an all-time high because of the cheap money. How are you going to afford a home? You're not. Again, read your Trends Journal, because the opportunities, obviously, are in the apartment rentals. We've been talking about this. Oh, and then we're talking about interest rates going up and all on, and office occupancy rate. Where's the real estate markets going? What does this mean? It's in your Trends Journal. And to find out more about it, you simply go to trendsjournal.com. The only magazine in the world where you will read history before it happens. In the third jump of 2022, mortgage rates rose to a high not seen since the early days of the COVID war. That's right, back in March 2020, they were 3.65%. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage in the week ending January 20th, up from an average of 3.45, it's now at 3.56%. When this thing goes over 4%, will there be a crash? We make it clear in the Trends Journal. As the United States and all these other countries are raising interest rates, China's central bank slashes key lending rates. Think about it. We've been writing about China continually. They got to slow down. They're lowering rates to boost the markets. We got to slow down. They're raising rates to stop inflation. Who's going to be the winners? Who's going to be the losers? And again, we're writing about this in detail with the dual circulation policy, what it means. And you go back to our top trends for 2022. And there it is, right up there, self-sufficiency. China doesn't want made in Europe, made in America, made in anywhere, sound, styles, looks. They want made in China. Oh, the Chinese, their population growth is declining. Yeah, big deal. They got 1.4 billion people. You think they can make it with 1 billion? That's not a big issue. The media is making it bigger than it is, because China's going global. And again, self-sufficiency. China's doing it. The rest of the Western nations aren't. What is it? What does it mean? It's in your Trends Journal. Ready? Fed calls central bank's digital coin a highly significant innovation in white paper. No shit. How long have we been talking about this? They're going to go, we said, we did a whole Trends Journal article, a front page cover, from dirty cash to digital trash. They're going to know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, and, as we keep saying over and over again, as I believe in GSB, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, I've been continually saying that when the central banksters go digital, cryptos are going to go down. And it ain't a good day today for Bitcoin. It's at the 40,000 as we're speaking right now live. And gold. Gold's doing not bad. It's around the 1840 mark. Went down a little bit today, but it's staying solid because of that safe haven asset, and silver's moving up nicely too. Federal Reserve on Thursday issued a long-awaited paper exploring the benefits and negatives of central bank digital currency. Again, they'll know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, how you spent it. So the slimy, low-life pieces of scum crap called politicians that never work a day in their life can get all the money that they want, give their buddies jobs and everything else, and be in total control. It's going digital. UK financial watchdog set to tighten regulation on digital currency advertisements. This is out of the Financial Times today. Energy-intensive Bitcoin miners face calls for European ban, okay? Financial Times. Again, it's right here in front of everybody's eyes. And they're going to stop it when they can, because they're all going to go digital. It's the new world, and young people, it's their world. They don't give a shit about cash. And again, China started it, and China's leading the way. The 20th century was the American century. Unfortunately, the 21st century is going to be the Chinese century, because the business of America has been war, and the business of China's business. And don't believe me, go back to that man called Dwight D. Eisenhower warning us that the military-industrial complex would destroy the country, and it has. And he was a 5-star general, a supreme commander of the Allied forces, not like these little dicks, like a Ted Cruz, like a Mitch McConnell, like a Lindsey No-Dick Graham. These aren't men. These aren't fighters. They're fucking fat-mouthed little pricks. A real man. Hate him, love him for whatever he did. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, supreme commander of the Allied forces during World War II, hated war because he saw the destruction of it. And warned that the military-industrial complex would rob the nation of the genius of the scientists, the sweat of the laborers, and the future of the children, and we would be serfs under them. And here we are. Those scumbags called the Repulsivekins and Democrats, what did they pass, a $770 billion defense budget? Yeah, because you guys did such a great job in Afghanistan. Love what you did in Iraq. Hey, how about Libya? Give me Syria. No, Yemen is for me. Yemen is for me. All right? Anyway, inflation jumps to 30-year high in UK. Yeah, F-U-C, you know what, K. Yeah, a little fucking Boris Johnson. A cartoonist could not come up with a better freaky-looking little piece of scum shit than this arrogant little boy. Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. Higher prices boost Procter & Gamble sales. Higher prices, inflation, spotlight on inflation. We've been doing it in the Trends Journal every week, what it means, what's going on, and really about it. And here's the thing about P&G. You ready? P&G reported revenue of $21 billion for the quarter. $21 billion. One company. That's bigger than the gross domestic products of most nations. One company. The bigs have taken over everything. corporate ladder. There's no corporate ladder. All plantation workers are slave land here. Supply woes, double price of recycled plastic. Again, inflation. Middle East Monitor. This is a good one. Turkey's finance minister claims U.S. Federal Reserve is owned by 5 families. He goes on to say the families cited include the Rothschilds, Lehman Brothers, Lazard Brothers, Goldman Sachs, Warburgs, Kuhn, and Loeb, and others. And they write, although the conspiracy theory, how about facts remain unproven, parts of the Federal Reserve appear to be private. They are private, fuckface. Overseen by the Board of Governors, the 12 banks that the Federal Reserve consists of are set up like private corporations in which member banks hold stocks and earns dividends, all right? And who's the Treasury Secretary? Lovely, beautiful, glamorous Janet screaming, Yellen. There she is. If only a woman was in charge. Treasury Secretary, former head of the bankster gang. Got it. They're in total control. Yep. Latin America struggles despite commodities boom. Talking about the GDP going down there. Default alert as poorest countries face 11 billion surge in debt payment. Okay? Again, we detail what all this means financially, but on the migrant wave, forget about it. You haven't seen anything yet. This is very important, and this is why you should watch the Cartoon News Network, tune into Fox, ABC, CBS, listen to all the prostitutes, because what I'm talking about now isn't very important. What's really important is the major story in CNN. This was it yesterday. French actor Gaspard Ulliel dead in skiing accident at 37. What the fuck do I care? What the fuck? I don't even know who this guy is. What the fuck do I care? You want to put that in Entertainment Tonight? Fine. That's a headline story? Oh, Betty White died. All right? Look at the shit they're putting out there. And that's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal, because this is brainwashing crap. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I'm sorry the guy died, but my cousin Josephina died. My good buddy Mark Bronstein died. It didn't make them, nobody cares. And nobody cares about this. Newly declassified surveillance footage provides additional details about the final minutes and aftermath of a botched drone strike in Kabul in August. That's not so far away, when American military killed 10 innocent people, including 7 children. Who cares? No, what the hell do I care about this? This guy died. He died skiing. Not a word about this. CNN, the Cartoon News Network. Czech Republic scraps mandatory COVID jabs. Again, one after another, they're going to start closing this thing down, as I said. And in the UK, they say that Plan B measures will stop on January 26th. Very important story. U.S. hospital admissions hit record, but, quote, incidental infections cast doubt over figures. Financial Times. Tells you what bullshit this all is. It's right here. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Quote, we are seeing a lot of people coming to the hospitals for other reasons who just happen to find they have COVID, said Jennifer Caputo Siedler, a doctor at Tampa General Hospital in Florida. They may have a broken leg, but are testing positive. And it goes on. And we've been saying this for 2 years. Oh, more good news. Another clown. Look at that slob up there, up in Ontario. Fat Ford. Doug Ford. More chins than Chinatown. Shooting off his fucking fat mouth today. And he goes on to say, Premier Doug Ford. Premier is a curse word. Calling some fucking piece of daddy's boy shit a scumbag asshole. But asshole, I shouldn't be negative about assholes. Assholes have a positive function. Some fucking prick giving dictates, premier. That's a curse word. He goes on to say, he made an announcement at a news conference today alongside Health Minister Christine Elliott and Chief Medical Officer. Those are curse words. Health Minister, Medical Officer. Slimy little bureaucrats who can't get a job in the real world. The dumbest pieces of shit that suck into the political system. Quote, the evidence tells us that measures we put in place to blunt transmissions of Omicron are working. Show me the evidence, fuckface. Show me the evidence, fuckface. Show me the scientific evidence and the quantitative data, fuckface. As of 2:01 a.m. on January 31st, Ontario will increase or maintain capacity limits of 50%. Hey, how come not 12:02 a.m.? How about 11:59 p.m.? They're making this shit up. Shitheads are making it up. And if you don't believe that he's a shithead, look at the shithead. Could you look at more shit than that? How much more shit could you pump into that shithead? And he goes on, they go on. They're making it, as a social gathering limits will increase to 10 people. Well, I say it should increase to 9 people. I say 11 people. Indoors to 25 people. I say 26 people. No, I say 28 people. And again, one stupid thing. On March 14th, the province said it plans to lift capacity limits in all indoor settings where proof of vaccination is required. Social gathering limits will then increase to 50. Why not March 15th? Why not increase to 60? They're making this shit up. Anyway, Coronavirus Digest, all right? World Health Organization said bans on international travel have proved ineffective. This is from DW. This is the German news site. The World Health Organization on Wednesday said international travel bans, quote, do not provide added value and continue to contribute to the economic and social stress. No shit. No shit. Only been saying that for 2 years. Hey, but the WHO said it. The WHO said it. The World Health Organization. Who? A bunch of fucking bureaucratic scumbags. You ready for this one? Prior infections give better protection than vaccine against Delta. And this is according to the Centers for Disease Control. Study published yesterday found that the Delta variant became the dominant coronavirus strain during the second half of 2021. People who were vaccinated were 6 times less likely to catch COVID-19 than those who hadn't been jabbed, okay? However, those who had been infected with the earlier variant of the coronavirus but had not been vaccinated were between 15 and 29 times less likely to catch the virus. And then you had fuckface Fauci going back to last May saying he insisted that vaccines are better than the traditional response you get from natural infection. Well, a liar or very stupid. Free N95 masks to be available. They're not free. We, the moronic taxpayers, have to pay for it. American Airlines said a flight to London returned to Miami because the passenger refused to comply with a federal mask requirement. They got 129 passengers. I think they fit like 350 on a plane or something, the 777. That's all they had. They turned the plane around because the guy wouldn't wear a mask. When you're eating, again, I've been on the flights, when you're eating and drinking, you could take your mask off. Oh, yeah? Oh, that's great, because I couldn't put the food through or drink without the mask on. You can take it off, but after you stop eating and drinking, put the mask on, because The Delta virus knows when you stop eating and drinking. And everybody's eating and drinking at a different time on a plane. But that makes no difference. They turned the fucking plane around. Oh, how many people did America kill over there? How many people are they slaughtering in Yemen? The worst humanitarian crisis on earth? And they're pulling this kind of shit. Shitheads are in control. We got a lot here. France's parliament on Thursday denounced genocide by China against the Uyghur Muslims. Oh, France? Hey, how about fuckface Sarkozy? Remember that little slimy little fucking piece of shit? I want that guy Gaddafi out of there and destroyed Libya. He was the guy that started it. Oh, the French are great in Mali. Love what you did in Algeria. Fuck off. Who the hell are you to talk about genocide? Look at all the colonialism you've had, the people that you've killed, and you're still doing it in Mali. Oh, why? Because Niger, right next to it, the biggest uranium deposits around. And France has more nuclear power plants than anybody else in the world. Anyway, those are only facts. On and on. On and on, on and on. All in your Trends Journal. Again, this week's was 49 pages? Last week was 161 pages? The only place in the world we're going to read history before it happens. We're giving you every ounce of energy we have to give you all you need to prepare, prevail, and prosper in the times ahead, and it's going to get very rough ahead. We are into what we've never seen before in life. And again, to see what I said, when I said it, and how I said it, tune in, please, to Rich Dad that I did 2 weeks ago. That's right, the Rich Dad channel. History before it happens, and again, vaccine exemptions. You might want to go to freedompeacejustice.com, the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. Just us. This is Gerald Salenti, and that's some of today's Trends in the News. The COVID-19 war has changed the world, but who's prepared? What's next? It's in your Trends Journal. Trends Journal subscribers are prepared. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.